Oh, something just happened. For those of you catching the replay, hashtag replay, and we would love to be able to have to answer your questions if you guys have any questions. And but in the meantime, for those of you who are catching us live, Danielle and I are going to share some questions about some questions and answers about the upcoming Women Inspiring Women Conference happening in March, called Achieve Balance.
Achieve Balance for Better. No, that's teamwork.
So we'll Rollie, Allaire, and for those of you who follow me already, you know that I am a holistic life and wellness coach with Bridging the Gap Wellness, and
I am Danielle Proulx-Dubois. I am the co-owner of Harbour View Centre in Haileybury. The main goal of the center is to provide a safe space for people for all kinds of services, wellness, alternative practices. We do workshops, we do retreats, so lots going on.
Okay, so we're actually coming on specifically to focus our questions around the conference itself. So if you have any questions, then Danielle's actually going to, I guess she's still trying, there it is.
Yeah, here.
So now it's saying live.
Yeah.
So Danielle's actually going to follow along with the questions. So we're actually using two computers. We're using the one we're looking at, and then the other one that is going to be able to show the questions. Yeah, it's just, Facebook is just slow.
Yeah, that's okay.
So it'll just put the questions alongside. If you guys have any comments, love to be able to hear from you. And like I said, if you're actually catching the replay, then just hashtag replay. Let us know that you're catching us. And I'm going to take this this video and also put it into our events page in case somebody that is just following the events page has access to it. Danielle, I'm sure, is going to share it through Harbour View Centre. And then, of course, all of our speakers and vendors, I'm sure they will share some information, share it out to their communities as well. So, excuse me. So the way that we're doing this is that I'm going to, and I can't see who just hopped on, but we're going to see that in a second. Jody did. Hi, Jody. So let us know that you have actually hopped on. Even if you don't have a question, just let us know that you're here, because it's a little far from the screen for me to be able to see. But the way that we're going to be doing things is that Danielle's going to ask the questions, and I'm going to provide the answers to the best of my ability. And if I get stumped, as you can tell, Danielle's going to jump in and help out as we go along. I have my notes. Danielle has her notes, and like I said, she's going to be following along in the video as well, so she's going to be able to see. So I think if you click on this one, I think that you should be able to see the comments. Maybe. Really weird.
Yeah. That's okay. We'll just keep
going. And if it comes up, then we'll see them. And if not, then I'll just lean really in close so that I can actually see what it says.
All right. So thank you. So I'm just going to start with the first question. So I've got a series of about 12 questions, and those questions are probably the most common ones that people are actually thinking about, like what is it all about, this event, and why? So the first question is, what is actually happening on March the 8th till the 10th in Haileybury?
So it's called, it's a women's conference. It's our second annual. So last year we did it in North Bay. This year we are doing it in Haileybury. Really exciting. And it's called Achieve Balance for Your Better. And that was where I stumbled earlier, that Danielle had to like nudge me, trying to make me know what it is that our title is. And the whole purpose of it is being able to have being able to create balance in different ways. And so that's one of the things that's going to happen with our speakers, is that they're going to share their talents or their knowledge about how to be able to achieve balance.
Okay, thank you. So I already said that it's happening March 8th to the 10th. So maybe just say, why did we choose that date?
So the reason why we've picked March 8th to the 10th, and so for those of you who are in our local communities, that kind of falls in close to March break. And so we didn't pick it because of close to March break. So I know that we get a lot of feedback saying, oh, why did you pick during March break? Our area, I think that it's the beginning of March break, and some areas might be a little bit different. But the reason why we chose those dates specifically is because March 8th is International Women's Day, and that is the reason why we've picked from March 8th to the 10th. So last year was again in and around the same weekend. March 8th fell on a Thursday, but we started the conference the Friday to the Saturday, and we wanted to be able to do it on a weekend to allow people who are working to be able to have the opportunity to attend. So that is the reason why.
Just perfect. Okay, so what is the weekend going to look like for people that are wondering, should I even consider going?
So we're going to start Friday evening, so Friday afternoon around 4 p.m. So we're going to start March 8th at 4. Actually, we're going to be here in the Harbour View Centre. So from 4 until 10 p.m., we're going to have spa services providers that are actually going to provide us some services that not part of the conference. These are some self-care options, and I'll talk more about that later on in some of the questions. And so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be starting off with, and then around 7:30, from 7:30 until 10, we're going to have a gathering, so a social gathering that will allow us to be able to welcome people coming into the community that are not necessarily from the community, and for those of you who are in the community, being able to have you guys come and speakers, and just be able to have that little bit of a social interaction. I know that when I go away to a conference, it's nice to be able to have that place where we can kind of all gather once we've actually got checked into our place that we're staying and that kind of thing. So we wanted to be able to have some place where people can kind of just come and gather, but we're also going to be doing the spa services at that point. So that is going to be that's going to be one of the things that we're doing. And then it's also going to be a time that Friday be a time where some of our vendors are going to have the opportunity to come and set up at the Northern College cafeteria, and that'll give them some time to be able to get set up, and then they'll be able to come and join us for the social part as well. And so and then leading into Saturday, some of the vendors will be setting up earlier in the morning before we actually get started, before we're actually going to gather for breakfast. So we're actually going to come together as a group, have a continental breakfast, and the opportunity for people to be able to have access to our vendors exhibition, as well as when we get started, we're going to actually have the grandmothers coming in to share, to open our weekend gathering with the water ceremony, and that's going to be led by, for those of you who are local, by Grandmother Marilyn and some of her peers. Some of her grandmothers are going to be joining her. Exactly which ones I haven't heard back yet as to who has confirmed and who hasn't. So Grandma Marilyn is making those arrangements with other grandmothers to be able to do the water ceremony. And then we're going to get started with our speakers on Saturday and Sunday. So it's a 2-day event of speakers, and we're going to be breaking for lunch and together. And then we're also going to be having, for those who are all of our registered guests, we're also going to be getting together for dinner. So we're going to have the opportunity to be able to meet and gather around food and in a Francophone community, but it's also something that I know that in the Aboriginal community as well is that opportunity for us to be able to gather, and so some other cultures as well. But I know specifically that those two cultures are huge in terms of gathering around food, and so we're going to be gathering together for our meal at supper time, as well as. And then we're going to have another social, and this social is going to be at the Northern College. So we're actually And that social part will also be open to the public as well. So the public will have the opportunity to access the vendors exhibits. So that we'll be able to do that. And then Sunday before we leave, we will also have some attendance door prizes that we're actually going to be able to raffle off, and or to draw, not raffles. And we're also going to have we're going to be closing, led by the grandmothers as well. So that is that is how the outline of our weekend is going to be.
So there's going to be a lot of things going on. And if you're wondering why Rollie is talking more than me, it's because, just to give you a little update, we decided to do this together, but basically she started this last year. So I asked her, I said, you know what, you might as well just explain everything. It's going to be much easier for everybody, and I'll just ask the questions. But we're doing this together, but she has all
it's all rolling around in my head. And so for those of you who actually follow me and know me, know that like I just have all these ramblings that actually happen in my head. And so when my tongue gets tied, it's that like, slow down, breathe, stop, so that I can actually catch up with my my tongue can catch up with my brain.
So thank you. That was a lot of information. So the next question is, I'm going to look at my page here because I really want to keep the pace. Who do we have speaking for this conference? Like, people are probably wondering, like, okay, so who do they
so one of the things is that in the event page, I have shared some pictures and some links with the people that are actually attending. And so I'm going to use my list because I don't want to miss anybody. So we have 10 speakers that have confirmed. We have space for one more that we're just waiting for that final confirmation. But we have, and there's no particular order as to how I'm presenting them. And so we have, the first one is, and Brenda is with Center Fire Counseling and Consulting, and she's coming to us from North Bay. And for those of you who are local, know that Brenda's local as well. And so Brenda's actually going to come home and be one of our presenters. So pretty excited about that. Not that I'm not excited about the rest of the speakers. So I just want to be able to say that just in case I forget to say how excited I am about the other speakers. I'm just excited that Brenda's coming because Brenda is a colleague. So I'm really excited that she's joining us. And so Danielle, of course, and as Danielle has shared, she is with the center, so Harbour View Centre, and so she's going to have. She's originally from Hearst.
Yes, I am.
I'm like, I wrote that down.
Yes,
I better confirm.
Yes.
So she's originally from Hearst, but she's relocated here. It's been a year now.
Yeah, it's been a year.
And so I'm really excited that she's here and joining us, and that she's going to be one of our speakers as well. Maggie Morris is with Whispers of Wisdom, and she's coming from St. Catharines. I'm really excited to have Maggie aboard, and so we've only been meeting virtually, and I really am excited to be able to connect with her and to give her a great big huge hug, because I just have that need to give Maggie a great big huge hug. So Maggie's coming to us from St. Catharines. Danica Vessel is with North Star Beating, and she's another local from Haileybury. So really excited to have Danica coming and representing our Métis community. And so Danica's going to share her knowledge and wisdom. Helen Embry from Mattawa Eco Farms, and she's joining us from Mattawa, and so I'm really excited that Helen has found us and that she's going to join us and share her. I don't want to give any tidbits at this point about what exactly it is that they're sharing, because that will come next week. And so, but Maggie's going to be sharing some very interesting perspectives as to how to be able to create balance. Suzanne Harmony is also coming to us from North Bay, and Suzanne is also an author, so really excited to have Suzanne come. I've actually heard Suzanne speak at a different venue, and I am thrilled that she's actually joining us. Jazz Villeneuve is coming to us from Ingleside, and she is with Way to the Well. And so really looking forward to having Jazz's vibrant personality join us. She's in a different program, her energy, so really excited that she's coming, and coming to us from down south. So this is exciting. We have a lot of people coming to us from down south, so really cool that they're actually coming to the north,
and they're actually excited to come here. So it's wonderful.
So and then we have Angela Hemming. So Angela is, her spirit name is Songbird, and so she has Songbird Studio, and she's also coming to us from St. Catharines. And I'm going to share this story, and I'm hoping Maggie is okay with this, is that we ended up with Maggie coming and joining us specifically because Angela saw the conference post and shared that with Maggie and said, you need to go and speak. Spirit's telling me that you need to speak. And so when Maggie contacted me, she was like, oh yeah, well, Angela let me know, and she was telling me. And so as far as Maggie was concerned, Angela knew who we were and knew that about what was happening, and but she didn't. I have absolutely no idea who, I do now know who Angela is, but I had no idea who Angela was. And so really excited that Angela was able to share that with Maggie. So so fantastic. So really looking forward to thanking Angela in person as well. Linda Chum Martin is with Handmaiden Ministries. Sorry. So is with Handmaiden Ministries, and she's coming to us from Constance Lake, and so really excited that she was last but not least of signing up with us, and so really excited that she's coming on board and sharing her experiences with us. And then, of course, we've got me. As you can tell, I just continue to blah, 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 blah. So, so that will be me. And somebody just made a comment on her phone better. And so the last spot that we actually have, I'm not going to mention the name just in case something happens. I don't want to put it out there and then have us have to say, no, she's not coming. So, but this last person who is going to be filling our 11th spot, and I'm saying is going to because I know she's coming. So I know she's coming. I know she's joining us. But she's coming to us from Minnesota. So really super excited that we're actually going to have somebody from the US coming way up north in the middle of nowhere. So really excited, and can't wait till we can actually announce that she's actually joining us.
Thank you. So that, I think it gives you a very good idea like what's going to be happening here. So I'm just going to go to the next question here. So if I want to come, but I want to be a vendor, because you mentioned that you could be a vendor to this great event. So how does it work?
So if you want to
Right.
Okay. Yeah, because I was looking at the next question. Sorry, I'm lost. But I was also trying to find out. Somebody actually sent a message, and I don't know who sent a message.
It says, "Hi, beautiful."
Oh, hi, beautiful. Oh, thanks. And I don't know who it is.
Michelle.
Oh, hi, Michelle. Glad to see that you've joined us. So, so who else is joining us other than our fabulous vendor? Have some amazing spa services providers. So we have Diane Howe, who is going to offer us reflexology. And for any of you who've actually experienced Diane's services, you know that you get full-on treatment with Diane, and you will definitely get all the love that you need during that self-care time. And then we have Sue Bilodeau, who is going to be offering Reiki. Sue is absolutely fabulous and warm and loving and caring woman who is going to join us, and so excited that she's going to be with us. And then we have Helen Fontaine, who was one of our spa services providers last year. at one of the events, and she's coming to us, or at the last conference, and she's coming to us from Timmins. So she is with Freedom and Relaxation Body Care from Timmins, and so she is going to provide a number of different services like massage, reflexology, Reiki, stone, and if you've never experienced anything from Helen, I definitely recommend the massage. She is definitely going to work out whatever it is that you need to get rid of, and so she's fabulous. I was privileged with being able to have a session with her last year. So now these services are, you're going to be able to actually register for these services outside of the registration. So there will be a registration link for you to be able. And the spa services are going to be from 4 until 10 on the Friday, and from 7:30 until 10 p.m. on the Saturday, both at Harbour View Centre. And the fourth spa service that we're actually going to have is the sauna. And so the sauna is actually built in. Nobody's coming in to carry in a sauna. Danielle already has the sauna here.
It's an infrared sauna.
So we're going to have those that available for people as well, to be able to do some clearing and
relax.
some amazing self-care times.
Yes.
And then we have Lisa Jeffrey, who is with Plexus, and it's her company is called Plexus, a health and happiness company, and she is our very first vendor who has registered, and super excited that she's coming to join us and that she's going to be here for the weekend. And you will absolutely love Lisa. She is bubbly and is completely beautiful inside and out, so you will absolutely love being able to interact with Lisa, and thrilled that she's coming. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm like, did I miss
I'm
anything?
done. No. So if you want to be, if you want to register as a vendor, how does it work?
So I'm going to add in the comments, I'll actually add the vendor registration link, so you can actually go in and fill out the application. And if you want to be able to chat about it before, if it, then just send me a message and we can schedule a time, and we can hop on a either a phone call or on a Zoom call, and be able to go through and answer any questions that you guys have. So the vendor exhibit is actually going to be at the Northern College site, so the Haileybury campus, and we're actually going to have our vendors set up in the cafeteria area, and that's going to be both Saturday and Sunday. During the day, the Saturday and Sunday is exclusively only registered guests, but on Saturday evening will be open to the public. So if you you miss out on the opportunity of registering for the conference, then you'll still have the opportunity to be able to come and meet some of our speakers, and be able to connect with our vendors that are going to be joining us from near and far. So
yeah, I think that answers it, right?
Tell me more. No, actually, so this one. So I didn't. I did the questions for Danielle. So there's 2 questions to do with the exhibit. So the vendors exhibits. So the second one, the second part of it is about the cost and how does it work. So the cost is $250 per table space, or $400 for 2 table spaces. Some people prefer to have 2 spaces, so that is how it's divided, because we only have 11 spaces available for people to join us. And so with that as well is that you actually get, so the $250 covers all of the advertising that we're going to be doing. So on the event page, you have the ability to be able to continue to advertise specific deals that you have going on leading into March, as well as for the event itself. So like you can actually, like, these are more specific specials that we have going on for the conference or leading into March. Like, here are some of the things, here are some of my products, here are some of the services that I actually. And so that is, so that actually gets you into the entire conference. So you have full access to the entire conference, which includes your meals, includes your grab bag, includes the opportunity to be part of the door prizes, including even if you actually share an item for the door prize, you have everybody will have the opportunity to be entered into the draw. And you'll have a spotlight specifically on our webpage in the event page, and there will be a specific post created just about you that you can continue to share out, as well as but one of the things that's, as well as if you actually have helpers that come to help you, that there is an additional $175 per helper to be able to come and join you. So, and it's two people per table for vendors you normally bring with you, or that you want to be able to bring with you. It's an additional $175, who again gives them full access to the entire conference. And that closes on January 14th. So it's a very firm, we had that we were hoping to be able to get everybody lined up by December 31st, but with Christmas and all the other vendor shows that everybody had going on, the vendors found that it was a little bit more time consuming or difficult for them to be able to do it, but it's a firm close by the 14th. Can be up and running by the 14th at the latest. So we're hoping to be able to have everybody before that, but I just wanted to make sure that that it's firm close by the 14th of January.
And don't worry, if you missed something, you can always go back and check all the information that Rollie mentioned on the internet, on our webpage, that will give you access to later on. Okay, so we're going to see during the posts and stuff like that, Nikki, that's usually, like, who is Nikki?
So Nikki, I really wanted to be able to acknowledge Nikki. So Nikki is our web designer, and Nikki is absolutely fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And she always goes like, Rollie, what are you doing? So because she's the web designer, and I think that it's extremely important for everybody to be able to know that who Nikki is, and to be able to acknowledge her, because she's the one that's going to be able to put everything out there so that it is clear and concise and beautiful. The information that we need right there at our fingertips, and she does an amazing job. And so for anybody who's going to the website right now on that page, just know that that's not Nikki's work, that's my work. So it's definitely not going to look like that. Nikki is actually completely going to recreate it in the next couple of weeks, and it will be remarkable, and I can guarantee that. So Nikki Mall is from the US, and I absolutely love her, and for anybody who, she's definitely your gal.
Thank you. Okay, so can people register now?
So right now, we're only taking our vendors, and so that's the only registration that is open. We do have, however, we are opening up early bird registration on the 29th, and so more details are going to follow about the registration and how to be able to register. So right at this particular moment, no, but it will by
No.
January 29th. We're not waiting till August. January 29th.
Okay, and that registration is for what again?
That registration is for our guests who are actually going to be participating. So we only have 40 spots for women to join us.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm coming from out of town, and I'm wondering, where can I go to stay, accommodation-wise? What do you recommend?
So we have, we're doing this in Haileybury, so we have some beautiful, beautiful locations. And so we have the Harbour View Centre here, which has the lower floor, which is B&B's, bed and breakfast, that is available to whoever it is that would like to be able to register, as well as we have the President's Suites, which also offers bed and breakfasts. They actually, if you're coming with a group of you can actually host, be able to talk to Nicole about being able to have a bunch of you staying in one suite, which is amazing, or there can. We also have the Leisure Inn Motel, which is on Ferguson, which is our main street in, we have Main Street and we have Ferguson. So it's not on the main street, but we refer to Ferguson as our main street. It is on Ferguson, and so that is the Leisure Inn. And then we have Haileybury Beach Motel, which is right behind the Harbour View Centre. And so it is close by, and you have access to the waterfront, which will likely, with all this snow that we're having, I'm really hoping that we're going to have an early spring and that it'll actually be open, but it will likely still be closed because we usually still have fishing going on for those winter folks who love that winter ice fishing. So,
but it's a great place to go for a walk if you want some time out and just, you know, enjoy the outside if it's a beautiful day. And everything is close by, so you can actually walk almost everywhere in Haileybury for this event also.
So we also have, just in case, all of our space. We also have several places in New Liskeard that is a 15-minute drive. So if one of these accommodations do not work for you, then shoot Danielle or I a message, and we can give you some links to some of the other places in New Liskeard. So we didn't list them simply because the event is in Haileybury. So convenience-wise, I know that when I go out of town, I would prefer not to be driving 15 minutes to get to the event. So from my motel. So
to reach us, how do they do that? What's the best way?
So, and I'll put the links in the comments as well. And so you can reach us through email. So my email is info@bridgingthegapwellness.ca. Danielle's is info@harborview Centre RE.ca. And our event page is so I'll add the link for our event page as well, just so that where it's easy. Of course, you can reach Danielle or I through Facebook or Instagram. So we'd be happy to answer any of your questions.
So thank you very much. I think we got a lot covered. If you still have some questions, feel free to give us a call. My phone number is also, I'll give you my phone number. It's 705-647-2187. Do you want to put yours?
Yeah, so my number is 705-303-0248. And so you can call or text as well. So
we're really excited. And after a year of being here, one of my dreams was to actually get an event going. So when Rollie actually approached me to do this, it was like, yes, yay! Of course I'm going to do it with you, because I believe that this area here is full of potential, and the energy, the wellness energy, and also we have great spaces that are just waiting to get discovered. So you're all welcome to come, and it's going to be an amazing event. So see you.
And so for those of you who are going like, oh no, this is the March break, this would be a great time for you to be able to have your kids join you. Your husband and or partner can actually do something with the kids while you do the week.
Yes,
the weekend event. So anyway, I will talk to you guys all later, and I'm leaning forward so that I can actually turn it off. I want to acknowledge people who've actually jumped on. So hi Jody, hi Nat, hi Carol, hi Bridget, hi Penny. And so, and of course, Michelle, who's actually called me beautiful. Thanks.
Maybe it was me.
And I will talk to you all later.
I think it's both of us.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Maybe, because it always takes me a few minutes to do this.